Welcome into Carpooling with Ben, another Leukemia Lymphoma Society Man, Woman of the Year 2019 campaign for the state of Rhode Island, for the Rhode Island chapter, as it were. We have another candidate in the car, Ken Menna. Ken,
good morning.
How
you doing?
How are you?
Nice
Thanks
to meet you,
for jumping into the Camry of Wonder. You look good. You're certainly the tallest person I've ever had in the vehicle. I think between you and maybe Zach Green from NBC 10, although I'd have to open up the ceiling for him. He'd be like Dino on the Flintstones. But how you doing? Thanks so much for doing this. And so for people who don't know, tell us, who you are, where you're from, what you do, what you like to eat,
My name's Ken Menna. I'm from Cranston, Rhode Island. I work for Signature Printers, and I work in sales. I'm Vice President of Business Development. Love to eat Italian food, and I live in the right place for that, living right near Providence.
You're too skinny for eating Italian food, right? You gotta eat more of it.
I need to stock up on my pasta, I guess.
That's funny. So how did you learn about the Leukemia Lymphoma Society and Man and Woman of the Year? What's your story into this whole thing?
Well, I'm a cancer survivor.
Okay.
I had Burkitt's lymphoma almost 3 years ago.
Wow.
And after I went through the whole cancer experience, which was not fun unto itself, I went through post-traumatic stress.
Okay.
After I got cured, and I reached out to Lymphoma Society, and I met Carla and a couple of other people, and they got me involved in a support group and peer counseling. And after I went through that process, kind of got myself away from cancer for a little while, and Carla reached out to me and asked me to do Man of the Year.
That's great. That's cool. So this is it's your first year doing it?
This is my first time, yes.
And what is your goal for this year?
My goal is $50,000 in donations.
Going for the scholarship.
It's a pretty big goal.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's a lot of work, but it's a great experience.
Well, you said it's a lot of work, so tell me how you plan to achieve that goal.
Well, they laid out a plan for us.
By the way, extorting Nike doesn't work as well.
It doesn't work.
No, I just saw it in the news. You can't extort them.
Trying to get money out of the corporate side is a little more challenging than I thought.
Typically is.
So I don't know. I've attacked through LinkedIn and Facebook.
Okay.
Friends and business colleagues, and so far that's going as planned.
Yep.
To be honest with you, very, very generous donations from my friends and business people that I know.
That's great.
And we're planning 2 events so far. I'm doing a poker night on May 3rd.
Oh, cool.
I'll be sending everything out to friends and family and anyone who'd like to come very soon. And we're also planning a 0K.
A 0K?
0K.
That sounds like my kind of K.
It is. So you've heard of a 5K, which is a 3-mile race.
Yes, I've driven them.
This is a 0K. It's going to take place at probably the Thirsty Beaver in Cranston. It's not finalized yet. Yeah. And you basically show up, make a donation, walk up to the bar, have a drink with me, and you ran your race.
I've worked in various roles and done different things. Perhaps one of the greatest fundraisers I ever had been asked to participate in was a cup of coffee fundraiser, and they sent you a packet of Folgers instant. They say, here, drink this coffee. When you do, go online and make a donation to us. It's like, we don't want to meet with you. You know what we do. Just give us the money.
Well, I mean, ultimately, that's what this is for. We're trying to raise money to find a cure for cancer and support those that have survived the disease. And that's really what it's all about.
And you having such a personal experience with it, and you are a testament. And I would venture a guess that the people who have been generous with their donations are that way because they've seen the success through your own battle and what you went through.
I had a great support system of family and friends when I went through that horror, to be honest with you. But I did keep it relatively quiet. I didn't want any publicity when I went through it on Facebook. And so when I first put my announcement up on Facebook that I was going for Man of the Year, I don't know, I got somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 comments where people had no idea I went through that.
Wow.
So it was also a little bit of a, hey guys, guess what happened to me? It was awful.
Sure.
Love to get your support and get some money for the Lymphoma Society.
Well, and I think that's important too. You bring up a great point that there may be people out there who have gone through it, and it's not something they talk about. So you may not know somebody, although it's kind of impossible in 2019 not to know somebody who's been affected by cancer, but somebody you may not realize has been touched by the disease, and so that's
being a cancer survivor. After you, and I was fortunate enough to be cured.
Sure.
I'm not in remission. I'm cured. I had a type of cancer that was curable.
Sure.
And once you kind of get through that, you don't want to go back there. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to talk about it. So I kind of understand other people not sharing that experience with
Sure.
people because it's not something you want to relive.
No, it makes sense. Makes sense. All right, if you win,
Yes.
if you hit the highest amount, how are we celebrating? What is happening? What are we doing? Are we doing just having an ink party over at Signature, throwing ink everywhere? And,
Well, the ink is kind of hard to get off your skin and your clothes, so we probably don't want to do that.
Gotcha.
But I would definitely like to go out, celebrate, have several drinks, and just have some great company around me. That would
Get
be
an Uber or a Lyft home. Life's great. You can't beat that. Or you can call me and I'll come get you with all the cameras. I'll film you.
What is better than being filmed after drinking too much and being driven home?
So long as you're not driving. I mean, that's all bets are off. So that's great. So
with Uber out there, why would you ever do it?
I ask that question all the time. Ken, thank you so much,
Thank you,
folks.
Ben.
Follow the links in the show notes. Go if you want to make a donation, and if you need something printed, you can always give Ken a call. Of course, we'll be happy to help you with all your
Yes, I
printing
would.
needs. And best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ben. Thank you, guys. Please donate.
Good job.